Yes, guys, so I decided to bring it a little bit closer home this time, right? If you look at my balance, not so big balance, starting off 230. But one thing that I want you to note here is that I start off with a 50 on top and a 20 at the bottom, right? So proportionally, okay, 1.55, that means I lose that 70 immediately. And then I still go 70 again, which is 50-20, right? I'm checking the history. You see there's been one pink, a recent one, and there's been no pink in the past. So what I want you to note is this is my strategy. This is how I play. I'm usually not really scared. The reason why I'm not scared is I know that if I get it, I get it. That's always been my policy. So if you look at the 290 that I started with, you realize that most people then go, oh, I've got 290, so I'll go 10-10 or 20-20. Yes, it may work, but the truth is you're just giving yourself more rounds. Yes, it might actually work. When you get more rounds, you might actually end up getting a good cash out in the end. But look at this. I chickened out very quickly, 29.34x, and that was a very good one. If I had stayed in there, maybe I would have made something. But this is the thing. Once you decide what you want to do, you stick to that. And that is exactly what I was doing. Remember, I started off 290. And if you calculate properly, it means when I'm playing 50 and 20, that's 70. It means I'll only be able to play 4 times. Right, so many of you have requested me to play a video maybe starting with 500 or less. Someone said 100. Then I decided, because I had that little balance maybe from a cash out in the previous cash out, I decided, okay, let me start from here and just try to prove that it's still possible to work out something. So there I am. I've encountered a couple of blues now. The previous one was 1.27, but I'm still thinking I'll still maintain the exact same one. The exact same stake, the 50 and the 20. But what I want you to take note of is, as the time goes, I never really panic. I know many of you will say, oh, because you know that maybe you will get more or you've got a bigger balance somewhere and stuff like that. No, that's not the case. The case is strategy is strategy. So I'm trying to build this. Right? Once I build this, I'll go out of the game. Like I always encourage everyone to say, let's play in sessions. Let's do sessions. Don't play continuously. And many a times people have asked me, how long is a session? And I've always said it, and I'll continue to say the same thing. I believe a session is just good as what you get. If you get in and you quickly get something, you can get out. So a session can actually be 45 seconds because you can walk in. I remember this one time I just walked in. The first spin, it went to about 300x. But unfortunately, because obviously my mind is always thinking, maybe it's going to give me this, it's going to give me that. So I got in, it gave 300x, but of the 300x, I only got 4K. And then from there, it never gave me anything till I was finished. So what would have made sense at that point was I should have just stayed. I should have just stayed after I played, got some profit, then just get out. And then I'll continue at another time, right? So I'm still hovering around my initial money. So I'm still on 290, and that's where I started. What's important for me is I'm still hanging in there. All I'm waiting for is maybe a pink or bigger purples and stuff like that. So the moment I get a better purple in the next maybe 2, like this previous one, the 7 and the 3, they were not really bad. So if I am to get another one, maybe something like say 10x, I'll make sure I get something from it, right? So for instance, I see the network is a bit glitchy there when I was playing. So I pressed there, stage time out, I missed that out. I would have taken myself at 250 there, but it's just because the network was bad, so I missed it. Otherwise, I would have gotten more, right? So I still continue to play, right? So I'm still hovering around the 200s. Yeah, but I never panic because I'm working with strategy, right? So even if it gives me a blue, it's fine. If I'm finished, it's okay, it's fine. Because I've oftentimes regretted where opportunities pose themselves and said, here I am, here's a couple of pinks, but I never really did anything with the pinks. I never really got to at least benefit from those big pinks. And then when I was looking at the history, I asked myself, what sort of history is this? It looks really good, but what do I have to show for it? There's nothing. Maybe I just got myself a 3 or 4K, something small, right? So I missed that one again because I was expecting something quite sensible. I was expecting something more, right? I'm left with 86 on top now, right? So this will probably resonate with most people's balances. So I'm left with 86, but I'm not going to panic. I'm not panicking. And because I'm not panicking, I didn't change my stake, right? So there I am, I get another purple. And obviously I know if this one flies away, I'm going to remain maybe with just with only one spin left. So then I quickly get the first one just to make sure that I get a 3x so that I can survive. Then I leave the next one to run, right? So if I quickly run away, it's really not going to help me. But what I need to do is just to keep myself somewhere in the game. And there I am. I pick that one. I'm straight away into 600. If I really wasn't scared from the first one, I would have taken maybe a 15x in the first one. Who knows? I would have made a 750 there on top. And then I would have made good money, right? If you remember well, the history in the past, it hadn't really given a big pink. This is the first big pink it has just given. So I am there and I still continue. Now I've got 600. It means I've doubled my initial investment. And guess what I just do now? Because I've seen a pink, I've seen a couple of purples. It looks like it's joyful now. I decide to put 100. Unfortunately, when I put 100, it then chows me. It does 0-0. It's fine. I don't regret when that happens. I don't regret. And I'm not really complaining about anything because it's strategy. And once you've got strategy, obviously sometimes you regret and stuff like that. But I always encourage you, once you have a strategy, stick to it. All right, I doubled my balance. I'd gone all the way to about 600. Now, because I played that 50-50, I saw, okay, it's not working because I normally do that with the 2K stake. I just try it once or twice. If it works, then I can continue doing it once or twice again, and then maybe I'll decide when to come out. So now I did experiment with the hundreds. I put 100 and then it took it, and I put 100 again and it took it. Now I dropped it to 50, back to normal. Now it gives me a 4x again. And then I pick a 4x there, 2.08. That could have been 400 if I really stayed with the hundreds. But anyway, it really doesn't matter. What matters is what we've got at this point. So now look, I manage again to take a 12x and quickly I'm back to 700. It's unfortunate that it looks like the Aviator was really reading my mind, because when I took my risk and I put my 100 there and I put the 100 in the next one, it took all of it. The moment I just dropped it, it did that. That is one of the reasons why you normally see that I normally play with the same stake. It doesn't matter whether I'm left with a little bit of a balance or not, or even nothing. I still trying to maintain the exact same thing. So here I am. I then put it up a bit because I'm seeing now it's looking a little joyful. It has given me a pink, and then I put 100. And because I put 100, I get 2.96. At least I'm going up. Now I've trebled my balance. I've got 932. You see, just like that. So yes, it's one of those things that many people will not really understand when you're playing this game, that you can try and interchange at times. You just interchange the stakes and stuff like that. So at this point, for me, I'm back again to the 50, right? If I had continued with my 100, this is what I want you to see. If I had continued with my 100, I would have taken double what I've taken now. But at least I'm glad I've got 1,018 on top. Remember, I only started with 290. So it's fine. So there I go. I check again. Good history. Nice pink. Nice 2 purples. Let me put 100 again, because all I'm focusing at this point is I'm just focusing on trying to build my balance. Remember, I'm coming from 290. And now I continue to do the same thing. So I didn't change my stake below, but the one on top, I changed it. I just went to 100, which is I doubled, and now it's going. Unfortunately, because I just wanted to stay alive, I took it quite early. But the thing is, yes, I'm just trying to build my balance, and I'm thinking maybe it might not even get to 10x, and then I'm out. But look, I've taken, now I have 1,000 profit. Just imagine, just like that. I've got 1K profit because I was just focusing on how can I build this money, and I'm building it slowly but surely. We're in the right direction. The important thing is, after this session, I should know when to end the session. And I'm telling myself at this point, if I just get to about 1,500, it should be a very good time to leave the game. This is where the secret is. Many people don't or won't even realize that when you continue playing, the end result is the same. You will lose. You will definitely lose. So what I just need to do at this point is just to be aware. Now I look at that about 1.5. This is more likely what I'm expecting. And now I get another 10x. It takes me to 1.7. Now this is a good balance. I mean, to be honest with you, looking at where I came from, this is a good balance. So I'll take this to the next session, right? And then continue to build from the next session, because already when you look at the history now, you'll see that there's been pink, pink, purple, pink, and that is more than enough. I mean, to be honest with you, that is more than enough. So let me end at this time. Though my target was 1.5, I'll end at this point, and then I'll see how it works in the next session. Thank you very much. See you once again.